What is up, pussies?
Welcome back to the Missing Experience. So hope you guys are having a good day. We're having a wonderful day. So we had a little bit of like an update for you guys. So essentially, so you guys know how TME is mostly like it's known as the Missing Experience podcast. So we're actually going to be changing it slightly to just the Missing Experience. So essentially, what that means is that we'll be doing more than just podcasting. So like maybe one day it could be, like you guys saw trivia in episode 8. Maybe there might be some funny segments. So essentially it won't be a podcast every time, right? Because like it's not like we have PhDs. We can't always offer, podcast worthy material, right? Right? So we're trying to switch it more to something general so that we have more to offer to you guys. So that being said, today's not actually going to be a podcast. We're actually going to be reacting to videos and be putting our input towards it. But yeah, so going forward, it's now going to be just the Missing Experience, not the Missing Experience podcast. But yeah, so guys, welcome back. Welcome back to episode 10 of the Missing Experience. And let's get right into it, bro.
Women don't like watching the NFL because there's absolutely no female representation.
So by your logic, men don't watch the WNBA because it lacks male representation? So when you take issue, as you did in your video, with the wage gap between the WNBA and the NBA, shouldn't you be asking other women why they don't watch the WNBA?
What do you have to say to that video?
What do I have to say about that video? So first of all, the number one reason about so they're talking about wage, right? Money. So essentially, the issue with that is, right, dude, it's literally basic, like, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the basics. Like, do you know what's the revenue of the NBA per year?
Like the company as a whole?
Yeah, like the NBA as a whole. How much money do they generate?
Billions. Probably not billions, but
It's
like,
in the billions.
actually in the billions? Yeah, probably.
I think they make like $8.6 billion a year.
Yeah, it's a
per
big
season.
like.
And I think the WNBA only makes like 60 million.
Yeah, that's already like a huge
And do you know how much money, to put that into perspective, do you know how much money like LeBron James makes a year? Just from his contract.
Just LeBron?
Just LeBron.
Man, I don't watch basketball or not like that, but
Just throw a number.
damn, like hundreds of millions for sure. I'd say
Per
like
year?
I would say
No,
so.
just from his contract, not sponsored. Just from his contract.
Yeah, just his contract, maybe like 100 million.
No, I think he makes more like 45 maybe. But like to put that into perspective, he makes almost as much as
The entire like
the entire
WNBA.
So two good basketball players makes up like clearly more than the WNBA. So that being said, you physically cannot pay female basketball players the same amount of money as males. Like they just don't generate enough money.
So I don't know if this is like the same for basketball, but for companies like boxing and UFC and stuff, their money gets generated from pay-per-views and people who come to watch the shows. That's like their main, I would say, like primary like source of the money. Is that the same for like basketball and stuff?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, so let's say for basketball overall, it's like how many people come to physically watch the games, how many people tune in, sponsors. So let's say, for example, if Nike is a really big sponsor, right? Maybe Nike's not sponsoring the WNBA. Maybe it's a smaller company like Fila or something. I don't know, Champion maybe, right? They might not be able to offer as much money, right, as Nike or Adidas maybe, right? So these are things that play in. So like, for example, if I make $10, right? The max I'm going to be able to give you is $10. And in the end, I'm going to go broke.
Yeah.
Right? But if I make $20, I can give you more money. So that's exactly how it is with basketball too. Like people are like, oh, the wage gap in female basketball. Like you don't make enough money, therefore we can't pay you. We can't pay you more. Proportionally, females actually make more money than males.
Really?
Proportionally, yeah. Like
wow.
Even though males are making more money overall, proportionally, if you look at it, even though like the WNBA only makes 60 million, and I think the highest paid player makes like 300,000, 400,000, I don't know, or maybe 600,000. But proportionally, she's making a lot more money. So essentially, it's like saying, like, let's say I make $10, right? And I give you $1, so that means I give you 10% of my money. But let's say I'm the NBA now, but I make $100, but I give you $5, right? You got more, but in the end, you only got 5%. Right, when in the WNBA you were getting 10%.
Yeah.
So proportionally, females make more money.
Okay.
Yet they're still complaining.
So basically, the video of the girl, like, she's basically complaining that female basketball players are not getting enough pay.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially she said that females don't like watching football because there's no females in it. Like there's no females competing. And then the guy goes
What?
on,
That literally makes no sense.
okay, first of all, like
So wait, so do you want females to compete in NFL?
so you want females to get like body checked and shit. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
What is
and-
she trying to say?
and then he said so technically by her logic, we as guys can say, oh, we don't watch the WNBA because there's no guys playing.
Yeah, well,
No, it's literally like watching girls play. Like, for lack of better words, it's extremely boring. Like, you guys are scoring what, maybe 60 points a game, right? Like, I know, like, I've seen Klay Thompson throw more points just in like 2 quarters,
just him. Yeah.
right? Just him, he can score more points than that, right? Like, there's barely any dunking, right? You're not as physically athletic. Like, I'm not saying they're bad players. I'm just saying it's not as fun to watch, right? Because you see guys getting dunked on, you see guys jumping over each other, you know, to go for a dunk, and it's more aggressive, right?
And I feel like this also applies to other sports in general. For example, like UFC. You know, I'm a big fan of UFC.
And there's some sports that are actually more fun to see females play than males.
Like volleyball.
But like you said, UFC, like watching like Ronda Rousey fight or Holly Holmes fight, like they're really
Like,
good fighters.
If you see like an average female UFC fighter, no matter about their skill set, like a week ago, like this fighter named Valentina Shevchenko, she competed and she's like I think she's
She's the bald one, right?
no, she's not the bald one. Like she's like the one that John likes. And I thought she was Ukrainian, but
Yeah, is she Russian?
no, she's from like Kyrgyzstan or something.
Oh, Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan. So but yeah, she's a very skilled fighter. She's also a champion. But it's not like, no offense, but you don't like bring enough like attention to like what my expectations are. For example, you know, like I'd rather watch like a Conor McGregor fight. Actually, no, you can't really compare a superstar to like, you know, just a
Ronda
regular
Rousey,
champion.
right? Like she used to make so much money. Like if she would fight today in the UFC, I would definitely watch her. Cause like that's Ronda Rousey. Like how can you not watch that fight?
Because like she just doesn't bring enough like to the table. For
Yeah,
for my
I
example,
understand.
like would you watch like, okay, would you rather watch like Jorge Masvidal, or no, would you watch like Khabib fight, or would you watch Ronda Rousey fight for 25 minutes? Which one?
Okay, of course I'd watch Khabib fight.
Exactly. Why would you want to watch Khabib fight?
Because like the fights are more fun to watch. There's more aggressive. There's more blood. You know.
It's just like, and this is obviously our preferences. I would much rather see male, like male sports, not male sports. Like I would rather see like guys competing than females competing, just because.
But is there any sport that would be more fun to watch females in?
Yeah, volleyball.
Volleyball. But another one was
Oh, like long jump or like triple jump.
triple jump, or even female track. Have you seen female track? Like track and field? Female track and field is actually really fun. You know why? Because you'll see like these girls are jacked, bro. They're jacked.
Female track.
Like, I remember, I saw the 2012 Olympics, and there was this one girl named Carmelita Jeter. I think she's like retired now. This girl's built. She's built.
Do you think she's on steroids? Maybe.
Not
Was it
just-
like huge, like yoked, or was it like?
not yoked, but like she had muscle definition, right?
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
see a girl with muscle definition, you notice it, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Figure skating. Like I feel like watching a guy figure skates, like it's uneasy to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying there's
definitely, for
anything
sure.
wrong with it. I'm just saying I feel like it's more of a female dominated sport. So I feel like something like that would be more fun to watch. And in the end, I think females do actually make more money in figure skating, because that's what people want to see essentially, right? That's where it comes. It's you'll get paid for what people want to see. If people want to essentially see more females figure skate, so they end up making more money, you know. They're more famous than guys. Like, do you even know a single guy figure skater?
No, I don't.
No, you probably don't even know a female one. But remember
And
that,
I do know female one.
yeah, that you know that movie came out that she's in
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. What's
Yeah.
that? Was it like Tanya something?
I think it's like Tanya something. I also
Tanya
know
something.
there's a very famous Korean figure skater. Her name's Yuna Kim. I also used to watch her.
See, like, so that's how it is.
Yeah, you know. But her points like is very like,
It's very superficial, very one-dimensional.
yeah, like do you want you want to see girls in NFL? You want to see girls get bodied?
Yeah, exactly. And even if they're getting body, like, does anyone really want to watch that? It just comes down to business 101, supply and demand. If there's no demand, right? Like you can only supply so much.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing's about demand, you know, like what you bring to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll react to the next video.
No, fuck that! On everything, y'all got me fucked up! On my mama, y'all got me fucked up!
Tell me that's not funny.
It's funny, bro.
But like,
Definitely funny.
has it ever happened to you?
I've never took a bus in my life.
Bro,
So it doesn't relate. You can
So,
definitely have some stuff to say.
when I was in Waterloo, I think second year, I had a house that was it was not too far from school, but it was like if I walked, it would take me half an hour to walk, but if I drove, it's like a 3-minute drive, not even a 3-minute drive. I think it was like, I don't even know how far it was. Either way, I remember the bus was probably like a 5-minute walk from my house, because you have to walk like uphill to get out. So either way, I would go to the bus stop, and I remember it was bricked cold outside. It was super cold. Like I couldn't feel anything in my body, right? And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm like, bro, the bus is 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, and the bus it didn't even like in that video, right? Like at least the bus came, right? But essentially, like dude, like I've stood outside multiple times only for the bus to never show up, and that shit has me so pissed till this day.
It's painful, bro, especially in the winter. In the summer, like, you know, like it's warm outside, you can kind of stand it. Like you can definitely like kind of like, you know, be okay with being in the heat, you know, like you sweat, but that's it, you know. But in the cold, it's a very different story. Like you're freezing cold, and I've been in situations not a school, not like a public transport bus like that, but I've been in a situation in probably grade 12. This is definitely in the winter again. So what time did your bus come in the morning? Did it come in the morning?
For school?
Yeah.
It really depended like what day it was and when my class was, but I would probably try to leave by like 9:30 a.m.
For high school?
Oh, for high school. I thought you were talking about uni.
No, high school.
Oh, way early, like 7:30, I think.
Okay, yeah. So for reference, school starts at 8:25, right? My bus dropped me at school at like 7:20.
Cause you live the furthest, right?
Oh, I don't even live that far, bro. Like from my house to school's like a 15-minute drive.
But I mean it's the furthest because you live so close to Mississauga. You're essentially at the border from Mississauga. So distance-wise, you're the furthest.
Distance-wise, I'm the furthest, but it's a 15-minute drive.
Yeah, because Oakville's not that big.
And and I told you, school starts at 8:25. I used to wait an hour before class starts. Like it's crazy,
what
bro.
What would you do for so long?
I just go to school. I take a shit, and then
You took a shit at school?
okay,
Bro, I can't.
literally okay, like, bro, I've taken shits all 4 years of high school. I
would rather die than take a shit in the washroom.
why?
Like, bro, the gaps are like this big.
No word of a lie, the caps are
Gaps
huge.
like,
The caps are huge.
like, I would walk in and like I could see some guy just be like, like,
One of the most uncomfortable parts about taking a shit at school,
and like you can hear it so loud because there's so much space, right?
there's so much space and like there's no like, and it feels like, because you know, if you go to like a public, like, okay, if you go to like a decent restaurant bathroom, like actually like a pretty good, let's just say you go to like the Keg.
Yeah, like it's closed door, you can lock it.
And it's like it's like basically soundproof too.
Yeah, it's like a proper like.
Yeah, it's like fully closed off. But a high school like bathroom door, if I'm sitting down like this, I would say the door came up like over here, literally to my knees, bro. Like no cap.
Like, bro, and you know the worst part was when, okay, this is kind of nasty, but like, you know how if you take like when your poop is like more solid, and when it's just that
So like a splash noise.
yeah, it makes it flat. It's like, right? It just goes in, bro. I hated that. Like I remember taking the shit, and it would do that, and I would look, and it would just go silent.
Oh my god, you know what you do,
Go
bro?
silent in the washroom.
Cause you know when you like, okay, cause there's multiple type of shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, you know, the hard ones, there's like the soft ones, and there's like the fucking like diarrhea. The diarrhea. If you have diarrhea,
you sent me a video last year of you in the washroom. The guy was like, "You had diarrhea."
bro, this fool
He
was
was like,
dying, bro. Ugh. This fool was literally dying, taking a shit. But
you could hear his soul leaving his body.
So that's funny for sure.
Someone was sucking his soul. But I still remember that video. It still kills me to this day.
This fool was like, bro, he was getting his like brain sucked out, like, ugh, ugh. And but yeah, like, you know what I mean, like, so there's multiple type of shits, and you know like what kind of shits like you're about to drop, you know. So you make different kind of noises to like to silent, to cover up and silent the shits. If it's like a hard one that's gonna make like a splash noise, like right, like the moment it's about to splash, you give it like a you give it like one of those, or you give it like, or you sometimes I used to flush a toilet like the moment it used to drop.
Really?
Yeah, so it make
That's
no
actually kinda
noise.
smart.
But I used to always take shits at school.
But I remember, I've actually only shit at school once, throughout all 4 years once, and it was for an emergency. So essentially, I think this was grade 9 actually. So I walked in for a geography exam at the end of like, it was like first semester I think, or it was second semester, and I walked in, and I don't know if this happens to you, but I get like when I get too stressed, like let's say it's before a track meet, before a taekwondo tournament, or before an exam, I get the shits.
Bro, don't even talk about that.
Like, I could eat nothing. Like there's nothing. I physically can't shout anything, but I just feel like I have to go.
Dude, that happened to me for swimming, bro.
Like, oh, even for swimming, exactly. So
Okay, literally, like the moment we got on the dive board, like before the dive board, like I'd be fine. Like my heart would be racing a little bit, but right when I get on the diving board, all of a sudden, like I have a shits.
Exactly. So essentially, I walked in, start writing the exam, and I feel like I'm gonna shit my pants. Like I feel like I can't hold it in.
Grade 9 geography.
Grade 9 geography. So you know Mr. Kalina?
Grade 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go up to him like sir, like I have to go to the washroom really bad. Like I'll be honest, like I'm super nervous and I have like this issue. So is it okay? No worries. Just empty out your pockets. You know, put them inside out. Show me. Put your phone here, and you can go. I go to the washroom, bro, and I swear to God, not a single thing came out. But I was in there for 20 minutes. Like it was long, and essentially I had to rush to finish my exam because we only had like an hour 20, I think, to do an exam. Bro, I hated it. But like I don't get shits anymore when I do exams because I couldn't care less.
Really?
I couldn't care less for exams.
Because it's
Like, I actually study now, right? I never studied in high school, so I essentially would walk in and just hope I could do it.
it's a very psychological thing too. Like for example, that also happened to me once in grade 11 English. I had Miss Caddick, and so we're writing the exam.
Did you hate Miss Caddick?
I hated Miss Caddick. This girl's, she like, okay, mind you, like I'm a feminist, right? I support having equal rights for men and women. You know, I support everything like that. But this girl she was very biased towards females in the class. For example, like I had this one guy in my class. He was a very smart guy. I knew him like all 4 years of high school. He was very smart. And this guy's not the type of dude to get bad grades. Bro, this guy he was getting shit on every essay, every assignment, everything. But you see girls in a class like I don't want to like spit out names, but like you see like below average girls that are not very smart end up like 85s.
So who's the guy? I'll cut the name out.
I don't even remember the name. I literally don't even remember the name.
Oh, okay.
But all I remember, he was very smart.
Okay.
He was very smart, but like I knew he was smart, but he never got good grades, which led me to believe like every girl in the class was getting good grades, but the guys weren't. Maybe except for like one guy, but so this girl's a super hard feminist, but is that a feminist or is that like what even
I
is
think
that?
there's a difference between feminist and supporting feminist movements.
So I feel like being a feminist nowadays is considered kind of negative because they say dumb shit. Like, oh my God, like, you know, like the wage gap shit, right? Like you have no research done and you're just saying shit out of your ass, right? So I feel like stuff like that is just dumb. That makes feminism look bad. But like I would say you support, or like I'm like same with me too. Like I support feminist movements where it's like, you know, in the workplace, right? When you have the exact same education, you're at the exact same position, at the exact same company. That's where wage matters. Where it's like, oh, there's a wage gap, right? Even then, there's more specifics you need to look at. Like women get, you know, parental leave because they're the ones, you know, doing all the hard work, right? Like I know guys get it too, but women they get way longer, right? Because they actually go through the physical toll. So I feel like I don't like those blue hair dyke feminism. I feel like that's just dumb, right? Like I genuinely feel like they have nothing better to do. They're just like, you know, we have no purpose in life, so we
Like
might as well.
these are the girls that say like kill all men, all cops are bad.
exactly.
They them in their bio.
like very
They them stuff. We actually have a video coming up related to that.
but yeah, like shit like that just doesn't make sense to me. But
And these are girls that get like triggered by pronouns, or guys too.
mm-hmm.
Like you call them a wrong pronoun, they call the cops on you. So
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do? But yeah, this girl was like she just didn't like men. So and I was in her exam, right? And we had to write an essay. We had like an hour and maybe we had like an hour and a half to write an essay. And me and you, we both know that's not a lot of time. So you gotta organize your thoughts. You gotta stay focused and do your thing. Maybe 10 minutes in, I had like the worst stomach I've ever had in my life
During an exam?
during an exam.
Okay.
And I was super stressed out. And I told Miss Kadik, I'm like, yo, like I didn't tell her I had to go take a shit, but I said like, yo, I had allergies. I told her I had allergies, and I gotta run to the bathroom. So went to the bathroom for like 20 minutes, and the crazy thing is, she was watching me like from the outside of like the class.
Was the classroom right from the washroom?
No, not okay. Do you remember that one? It's on a second floor. Do you remember that one class? It was a gym before, but they turned it into a classroom.
Oh, the weightlifting room on the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our English class.
Okay.
So you literally go out the class and you go all the way to the right and there's a bathroom.
Yeah, by the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So she was watching me like from like the class and it was just super.
Oh, like as you're walking towards the washroom.
Yeah. No, like the whole time for 20 minutes.
Damn, bro.
The whole 20 minutes I was taking a shit like she was watching me. But ever since then, like it never happened in unis, but I get super I have like anxiety and stuff, right?
I don't know why I don't get the shits now though.
If anything, it should happen more, because we're taking way harder exams.
Yeah. So you like the day before, the entire day before I take an exam, I extremely like very, very little food. Very easily digestible food. For dinner, I don't even eat anything. Breakfast, I eat super little. Lunch, I eat like soup. So the day before, I starve myself, so I have nothing in my system.
People who sneeze like this, grow up! Grow up! Oh, you have such a cute little kitten sneeze. I know that's what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so I have a couple of things to say about this video. You also sneeze like that. This guy, I nicknamed you the silencer because when you sneeze, you sound like a you sound like a silencer, like a pistol. So I had this one girl in my class. I'm not gonna like put out any names again, but this girl also sneezed exactly like the girl in the video.
Pause for 1 second. What happened the last time we put someone's name in a video?
Oh yeah, we don't know what happened. We got
We literally got sued.
we got a lawsuit.
Bro,
We literally had a lawsuit coming for us.
Did we talk about this? Bro, we literally got sued.
I don't know. Actually, we never talked about this. Okay, you talk about it right now.
Do you want to talk?
Okay, fine. So essentially, what happened was
Damn, we never talked about this?
oh yeah, because we wanted to wait until it kind of settled down. So essentially, we had an episode. I think it was like
It's Dominic's episode.
It was Dominic's episode. So essentially, what happened was that we had this video, and Dominic was clearly name dropping. But so essentially, it was one of our first episodes where we had Dominic in it, and he was name dropping during the video. And essentially, we didn't think anything about it. We're like, if anything, we can just cut the names out. Right? We can cut that part of the audio out. So he's name dropping, and then I was the one editing the video, and essentially I asked him like, dude, do you want to keep the names in the video? Like, do you want people to know the names? So from what I understood, the way he like responded to me was he wanted to keep the names in the video. So I'm like, dude, like, are you sure? And he said like, yeah. I don't know. The way he answered just made me think he wanted to keep the names in. Either way, I keep all the names in and I release the video. Do not 2 days goes by. We're at like 250 views. And like the TME like account is just blowing up with like DMs. I open it, it's it's like like a girl that I'm not gonna name, and essentially she's like, I'm gonna sue you. I have a defamation lawyer and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, calm down. So essentially I start panicking, and I call Joseph. I'm like, dude, we're literally getting sued. Like, we need to do something about this. So essentially, me and him are on the TME account, and we're like talking. And we're like, okay, like, is there anything we can do to like avoid the situation? We weren't trying to be negligent, like we weren't trying to cause any harm, right? Essentially, we were just literally trying to just share a story, because the story that Dominic was referring to was like 5 years old. It was completely irrelevant. Everybody had moved past that. So essentially, she was like, I offered. I'm like, okay, like, what if we just blur the names? What if we just cut that part out? She's like, okay, yeah, like, could you please do that? And essentially, the moment she messages, I'm like, okay, like, to like reduce the risk of her of her integrity or her dignity like going down, I'll make the video private so nobody can see it. So essentially, I took the video down for like a while, like a week, because I didn't want people watching it for the wrong reasons. But long story short, I took the video down, I fixed it, put it back up. and she was okay with it. And everything kind of just went away by itself. And then I think the girl herself and Dominic figured stuff out on their own, and like we never heard anything about it again. But
And
yeah,
so yeah, this is the main reason why we don't like drop
that's the main
names.
reason we don't take names, because like the last time we did, we were literally like on the brinks of getting sued.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have been fun. So, but again, this girl in my class, she was in my grade 9 geography class. If you are watching this, she probably knows who she is. You know.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not gonna name names, but this girl sneezed exactly like the girl in the video, like achoo, achoo, achoo. And man, all I gotta say is, why you gotta be like that, you know?
Okay, so the reason I sneeze like that is because
Yeah, why do you sneeze like that? Why do you sneeze like a silencer?
okay, so personally, I it's hard to answer that question. It's not like I do it on purpose, right? But I think the reason I don't go full on blast is because the main thing I'm always scared about is when I sneeze is something coming out of my nose.
Oh, you're scared of something coming out of your nose,
Yeah,
like
so
a
when-
boogie?
Yeah, so when I sneeze, I essentially sneeze in a way so nothing comes out. But I guess I've been doing it for so long that just happens subconscious now. Like there are times when I sneeze really loud, but I don't know. I think it's mostly just subconscious. Like,
You've heard my sneeze, right?
huh?
You've heard
Yeah,
my
yours
sneeze,
is like
right?
yours are loud.
Achoo.
Yeah, mine's are like really quiet. Like they're not even that loud.
Yeah, beta
that's
male.
just how I sneeze. Like.
Beta.
Beta wild things.
But yeah,
But yeah, we'll move on to the next one.
yeah, move on to the next one.
Speaking of pulling off your shirt,
Yeah.
how do you take off your shirt? Like, what's your first move?
The neck.
Just mimic it real quick. And then, right?
Pull, yeah.
That's how I do it
The
too.
people that do this,
How? How do they do that?
they're trying to be fucking sexy. And they're failing.
Do you know how hard this is?
Do it.
I can't.
Yeah.
My arms get.
I don't know how
get
people.
caught.
I don't know how people that like do it and they're like. That's not real. That's only in movies.
My hands get here.
Yeah.
And then they.
It's an
they can't move.
It's an optical illusion. People don't fucking really do.
Okay. How do you take your shirt off?
So okay, I literally take my shirt off the exact same way. So essentially, theirs was kind of different, but essentially I just grab from the back and I just pull forward.
Exactly.
But the reason I do that is because I don't want my shirt flipping inside out.
And it's much more quicker, no? Like you just grab your collar
Yeah.
and you pull it out.
But I know there's a way to take your shirt off that way without it flipping, but it takes a really long time. And essentially, like, I don't know, it's a really difficult way, I think, of taking your shirt off.
Okay,
And
like
it's way more work.
for everybody that doesn't know how to take a shirt off, I'll demonstrate it right now. You do this. If you have a hoodie on.
Take your hoodie off. Yeah.
Put it right above your nose. Stick your head out, and you take it out like this.
Exactly, yeah, that's it. Bro, some people just have this weird thing, and I know some people like some people, some people put their socks on before they change their clothes. Some people put socks on before they change their clothes.
Oh my
Like,
god.
let's say I walk out of the shower, instead of putting my clothes on first, putting my pants on, putting my shirt, they do their socks first.
What?
You're a psychopath.
You're
Don't
literally
come-
psychopath.
Like, do not come near me. I'm scared of you.
Who does that?
I like literally a psychopath. You would literally have to be a psychopath. Imagine walking out, and all you have is socks. Like I'm gonna run away.
Like before your
might want-
boxers?
Huh?
But even before your
Even
boxers?
before the boxers, like
What?
Like at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if you have a knife on you. I'm just
That's psychotic.
like I literally have seen people, like not in my rest specifically, but like I've seen people where they walk out of the shower, they have a towel around, and what you can expect, they're wearing no shirt, they got a towel around, they're probably not wearing any pants, and that they're bare feet in sandals. No, dude, everything I explained, but they have socks on.
That's insane.
How did you even get the socks on when you're still outside?
Insane.
Nah, bro.
And your feet are wet too, you know what I mean? So you gotta
like the socks are way more harder to put on.
exactly. So your socks should be the last thing you're
So
putting
if
on.
anyone does do that, can you please explain the reason behind that? Because I genuinely don't know. Like, what could possibly be the reason to put socks on first? Like, what's the reason? Like, personally, I put pants on first because that's what all your like.
Yeah,
privacy is, right? 'Cause
yeah.
We're guys, so essentially we're okay with no shirts on, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I always do pants or whatever shorts, pants. I always do those first. Then it's okay. Like then I feel like safe essentially. But if I have a shirt on, I still don't feel safe. I'm like, I need to get my pants on and my shorts.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
No, but all jokes aside, obviously like your pants go first,
Yeah.
and then your shirt after, and then your socks.
And then socks are always the last thing for me. Last two things, socks and then shoes.
Accent Challenge, California edition, and I'm from San Jose. For sure, I bet, good looking, no cap, on my mama, squabble up, hella, a fool, run it, on God, dead homies, bro, what's the move, let's link, get off, she a bop, You a mark, he hard, and she on one.
Okay, is this like US slang?
Yo. No, California edition.
Cause well, yeah, that's California's in
I guess it's California slang.
like. Okay,
Squabble up.
so what are the ones you would use out of these?
Okay.
You don't really say like where are you from, like. Actually, yeah. Well, I mean,
I literally asked that to like uni people to just
Yeah, like, where you from, where you from?
Like, oh, like where you from?
for show, I don't use for show.
I don't use for sure. I bet. Okay.
No, I don't use that.
Good looking.
No.
No.
I say it a lot.
I don't say that much, to be honest. On my mom, I don't say that. What is squabble up?
It's like
Does that-
square up for like froggies though.
Bro, imagine put up to something like, yo, squabble up. Squabble up.
Squabble up, squabble up.
Hella. Yeah, I guess I say hella.
Hella.
I don't say I.
What up? I say like what up, fool.
Oh, I say run it for like. Oh, let's run Fortnite or something.
Let's run it.
I don't say run it. I say run something. On God, I guess I kind of say that.
Dead
Dead
homies.
homies. I didn't even remember him saying that.
Dead homies.
Wait, can we replay that?
What would you say dead homies for?
Dead homies.
Dead
does that
homies.
even mean?
Dead homies.
Dead homies.
He's got like the softest little voice.
Bro, I just want to give him a hug. I just feel like he needs.
Bro, Froggy needs a hug, man. Yo, there's this one TikTok where this guy got exposed for like he didn't get exposed. So basically he was filming a birthday TikTok. And basically, you know when you're filming a TikTok, like sometimes like you have people filming it for you, right?
Yeah.
But so this guy had his phone like stood up like this. But it looked like somebody else was recording for him. But he had a couple balloons in the background and somebody
It was him.
I know, but yeah, and then somebody zoomed into the reflection of the balloons and he had his phone down like this on his birthday. Like nobody by his side,
That guy was
like
all alone on his birthday.
man, like Froggy, bro, like if you're watching this, I got mad respect for
I
you.
love you, bro. You're
We
literally
love
an
you.
inspiration to us. Like you're one of the OGs on TikTok, bro. Like I think this was one of the first guys we sent to each other.
Yeah, definitely. And this guy has like very like he got some sick fashion. He's a sick cunt. He's an alpha male.
Exactly. He's definitely alpha. He's definitely alpha male material.
Super alpha male. Like this guy doesn't give.
Like you look at him, like just look at that face.
Look at that handsome ass face, man.
That is straight alpha shit right there. That's no beta. What you're looking at is as alpha as it gets.
Super
Like-
alpha, right?
Like you look at us, we're beta compared to
Like-
we're not even close.
Exactly. Like call him an alpha male sick cunt.
Exactly. Like this guy's an alpha male.
Say sick cunt.
Sick cunt.
He's a sick cunt, bro.
Yeah.
Alpha male, like aesthetic as fuck. Like
Just look at that shirt. Like that's drip.
exactly.
That's just straight fashion.
And honestly, like no.
Gucci could not even compete with that.
And on God, this guy has so much confidence. So much
Beyond
confidence.
confident. Oh my god. At first, me and Joseph actually used to make fun of him. We're like, dude, like
This guy's like, okay, first of all, he's like super short.
Yeah, he's what, like 5'2" maybe.
Yeah, he's like super short. Like you know, he's got a little bit of weight on him.
He's got that low center of gravity. Right? And this guy used to be so confident. Like this guy used to do like transitions, wearing clothes and stuff, you know, like posing and stuff. And I'm guilty of this, but I used to genuinely roast this guy in our TikTok DMs. I was like, dude, I hope this guy knows he gets roasted, but bro, he never let it get to him. And look at him now, like he's literally like super famous now on TikTok.
Like how many bodies do you think he has, bro? Like I would say like
I'm pretty sure he's lost track.
definitely lost track.
He's definitely lost track. Like,
Like,
I don't even think he knows.
Like
anymore.
bro, this guy's a G.
I
for
aspire to be
sure.
like him.
I aspire to be like him too, you know. But on a real note, like he's super confident. He's an alpha male sick cunt. So I mean, what else you gotta say about that, you know? Yeah, we'll move on to the next video.
But not gonna lie, bro, this is the kind of guy to steal your shorty.
Exactly. So if you
Like-
see this
like
guy,
when your shorty says, "Oh, don't worry, we're just friends." You see that face right there? That's the face you should be scared of.
nah, bro. If your shorty's going out like to the mall or something, yo, you better hide your chick, bro.
You better hide your mom.
Hide your
you better
auntie too.
Hide your wife. Hide your auntie, bro. Hide your grandma, bro. He's gonna take all of them. all at once.
Exactly.
He's just gonna swoop through and you won't even know what happened.
And yo, like, and let's just say he pulls all your birds and stuff, right? You go up to him, you're like, yo, what you gonna do about it, man? He's gonna be like, squabble up.
Squabble up.
So I mean, what else you gotta say, you know?
I'm a shooter, I'm a shooter. Cut blocks, turn around with the Ruger. Head a headshot and you bust your.
Okay, you need to lead the dance for this one. What do you have to say about that video?
Bro, I swear I'm gonna blow a gasket if I talk about this. But I'm gonna keep it
Go,
short.
go.
So essentially, okay. Like, I'm gonna try not to be mean, but like, everyone is different, right? There are people that are skinny, people that are slim, athletic, slightly fat, and then overweight. Now, if you're overweight, like you're clearly like you're 5'8" or something, and you're reaching like 300, 400, 500 pounds, I'm so sorry, but you're extremely overweight. You're extremely unhealthy. Hit the gym and do something with your life. Like when you get a heart attack at 35, and when people like cry, oh my God, this girl was such a queen. This guy was such a king. No, dude. This guy was a walking piece of diabetes. This guy was a walking heart attack. Like
Literally.
How can you go on someone's like Instagram or TikTok and like call them a queen or a king when they're like on the brink of having a heart? Like they can't even breathe out. They're like, hey guys,
Like, yo,
I'm dude, they're literally dying.
the TikTok community, what they do is they literally see a guy on a For You page, like strapped to a fucking like breathing machine, like on a verge of fucking death, right? And what do you see? You go into the comments, you see, oh, go queen, slay king, body positivity.
Like,
shut the fuck up.
Like, okay, like let's say you, right? In Korea, with your height, with your weight, what do you consider?
I'm considered overweight.
You're considered overweight. Now, to put someone
actually, I'm actually on a verge of obesity.
Obesity, right? Someone else who's also on the verge for obesity is The Rock, because of his height and his weight. So there's actually something called do you know what it's called? It's called like BMI, right? So you need to look at BMI essentially. So just because you're a certain weight and a certain height doesn't necessarily mean you're fat. So
am I fat? Like,
no, I wouldn't say you're fat. So essentially, I feel like what needs to be done is you have to check your BMI, and if your BMI is bad, wait, no, is it BMI that says you're fat? Huh?
Yeah, you look at your BMI, and
so according to BMI, are you overweight?
No.
Are you obese?
No.
No, right? Okay, so essentially BMI clears it up.
BMI 100% clears it up.
Okay, I might be wrong, but I guess I'll just go with Joseph's word on it.
So essentially, like, yeah, if you're a certain weight and you're overweight, like you shouldn't be cheering someone on saying, "Oh, go queen, go king." Like I feel like there's this guy on TikTok, and I think he's like 550 pounds, and this guy literally runs 2 kilometers in like 45 minutes, but he does, and he knows he's overweight, right? Of course, people can say, "Oh, dude, you're a king, you don't need to do that," but he knows for a fact that he probably has trouble breathing. He's at risk for a heart attack. He has probably bad cholesterol and shit like that.
Like a lot of these people nowadays they're blinding themselves away from reality, saying
that's the thing. We lived in a soft generation.
Exactly what? Yeah, we lived in a soft generation, but I believe we said this in our last episode. There's basically 2 sides of Gen Z. There's like the one side where you grew up playing video games, you grew up playing outside, getting bullied, or not getting bullied, like getting picked on, like getting into fights,
getting hardcore bullied, like your dead ass getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, like verbally and physically too.
And, like you're literally on the ground, people are kicking your stomach.
There's that side, and there's the other side where like you call someone a wrong pronoun, they call the cops on you. So
exactly.
And a lot of these people on the other side of the spectrum, like they blind people away from reality, like saying shit like, "Oh, you're a beautiful slay queen," when you're like 660 pounds and you're literally strapped to a breathing tube. How's that going to stop obesity? How's that going to stop heart attacks? How's that going to stop cardiac arrest,
But the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Exactly. Like,
so
you're essentially like, I get from this standpoint where you want to like encourage them. Like,
of course, you should always be happy with who you are physically. You should try to be the best you can. And if you're slightly overweight, you're slightly fat, and you like yourself, that's okay. But essentially, it all comes down to if you're a healthy person, right? I don't care if you're 500 pounds. If you're considered unhealthy, you're unhealthy. You should do something about it. If you're 500 pounds and the doctor say, "Hey, you're a healthy person," because you're like 7'5", then I'd be like, that's okay.
Then do your thing, homeboy.
Then definitely go do your thing. But if you're like 5'5" and you're peaking at like 350, 400, I don't know. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna be unhealthy. That's definitely unhealthy.
And it's mostly like, it's just so stupid, man. Like, I get from a standpoint where you want to help them, like you want to like encourage them and stuff, but by blinding reality, by saying, "Oh, you're beautiful," when you're like 600 pounds strapped to a breathing tube, you're making them think that it's fine. You're making them think that, "Oh, I'm beautiful, I'm 650 pounds, obese."
There's a difference between plus size models, both male and female, and like overweight people, right? They're not the same thing. It's like saying, I don't know. It's like me saying I'm extremely skinny. Let's say I'm like 6 feet and I'm like 90 pounds, and someone else is like 5'8", but they're like 140 pounds. Now, in the end, you could be like, "Oh, the guy who's like who's super skinny, super healthy, because he's taller, but whatever, right?" But the thing is, right, like you need to look at like the proportion. He's 6 feet
and what did I say, like 90 pounds? That's unhealthy too.
There's such thing as being overweight and underweight. So you need to find that perfect balance.
And the range is pretty big. It's not like saying you have to be a certain exact weight. You just have to be within the healthy range, and you'll be fine.
So if you want to really help somebody, if you want to encourage them to be proud of their skin, then you need to hit them with reality, not bullshit like body positivity or oh you're beautiful, you know. So that's my
me and Joseph we're both for body positivity, but we're not for like going up to someone like that's 500 pounds and you're saying, hey, go queen, go king.
You're healthy. Oh, you look beautiful.
Like sure, you're beautiful, but like
okay, yeah,
you're unhealthy. Like fix it. Like we're genuinely concerned for you. Like go fix yourself. Right? And there are people that have doing it. Like there's literally people that have like millions of followers on TikTok because they're going through a journey right now where they're trying to drop like hundreds of pounds, like 200-300 pounds.
And if you do that, like you're a sick cunt. I respect you so much. You know, for those people, I can say go king, go queen, do your thing.
Exactly. If you're actually putting in the effort to come down and you're like, you know, you're still overweight, then go. Like motivate them to make themselves live a healthier life.
But if you're a fat fuck, I'm not gonna say, oh, you know, go king, go queen, do your thing. You know, No, I'm gonna hit you. It may suck. It is gonna suck. But I'm gonna hit you with some harsh reality, bro. You're gonna die by the age of 25 from heart disease and heart problems if you don't. You know, it's not gonna unclog your arteries and stuff.
Exactly.
Saying oh you're beautiful and saying body positivity is not gonna unclog your arteries, like the dude said.
Exactly. It's not gonna clear your blood clots and shit, right?
So I mean.
So essentially, like it's just definitely respect everyone, but try to get your message across. Like, hey, you're unhealthy. Try to fix yourself. But it's there. If they want to get a heart attack by the time they're 30, so be it. But if they want to live a healthier life, then sometimes it's good to give people the harsh reality and saying, hey, you know, maybe make your life a little better. It's like saying if someone's in university, just because they're in uni doesn't mean they're gonna make something of their life, right? If they're failing, you gotta go up to them, give them harsh reality. Hey, bro, your grades are slipping. Try to make your life better. It's just like that. Just because they're alive, it doesn't mean they're healthy.
And this also applies to other things in other aspects in life. For example, like friendship. We talked about this probably on like the very first few episodes of the Potter of our trip to Miami, and we got in a little bit of an altercation with like the scooter incident. And I could have just been like, yo, it's cool, you know, it's fine, like the scooter thing is no big deal, whatever. And I could have played it nice, but deep inside me, there's still the root of the problem, and you have to solve that root of the problem before it gets bigger. So yes, it was a harsh reality, but I got mad. I'm like, yo, you know, like I'm pissed off that this happened. You should have listened to me, this and that. We both, you know, said our true thoughts. We were both very honest with ourselves. And at the end of the day, we're friends now. You know, our friendship grew even stronger than ever. You know, but don't spread fake shit. Like don't lie.
You're essentially lying at that point.
You're lying. You're bullshit.
You're lying to that point, right? And the funny thing is, it's usually the go queen, the go king thing are usually people that are considered healthy. You'll never see a fat person say that to another fat person.
Exactly.
Like I've genuinely never seen that. Maybe it is like that, but I've genuinely never seen that.
It's like their reality is very like distorted.
Yeah, they live in it's an illusion. Yeah, it's an illusion.
They live in an illusion. Like they're fucked up. So.
Alright, should I play the scary video now?
Oh yeah, let's play a scary video.
I'm actually kind of scared for this one.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that video?
Yeah, it's kind of scary, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Imagine. Okay, so there's actually the reason why I sent you that video is because I watched like a short film on YouTube. It's a video called Operation Wandering Soul, like how the dude said in the video. And it's like a short film based on what like the Vietnamese kind of like their psychological, like what happened psychologically when they listen to it. And man, it's scary. I want to show you that video before you go, but I definitely want to show you that video. But like, what are your thoughts on that video?
I honestly don't even know. Like, it's just kind of freaky to be honest. But like, so essentially they're exploiting the Vietnamese's beliefs.
Yes.
Of ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah.
So okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like
So like, so how were they like making that? So what were they using, like loudspeakers?
yeah, so basically what they had was like a tape recorder, and it's literally called Operation like Wandering Soul, whatever.
Oh, so do they have like small recorders that are hidden like all over the place?
I actually don't know like the very very like detailed stuff, but all I know is that they had like a very very big speaker in the middle of the woods, and where they knew like the Vietnamese would be there, and they played it like full blast, and that would like just mentally like psychologically just fuck them up, and they exploit that, and then they kill them and stuff, you know, obviously after that. But what was I gonna say?
But yeah, no, for me.
Imagine hearing that sound in the middle of the night, like you're out of ammo, you know, out of ammo, out of drinks, like you're lost in a forest, and all of a sudden you hear that noise.
I'd be so scared because the issue with ghosts, right, is that how are you gonna fight a ghost? What are you gonna do? Like punch is gonna go right through it, right? So honestly, I'm more scared of. It depends. Honestly, I think I'm more scared of ghosts. Why? Because you can't do anything about a ghost, right? If it's like a physical person, right? At least you know, hey, I can run away, you know, or hey, I can try to fight. But if you're trying to run away from a ghost, the ghost is just gonna like phase right in front of you.
If it's like Jason or Chucky or whatever.
Yeah, like I'll just like drop kick like Chucky or some shit. Right?
Exactly, like you can do something about that.
It's a physical thing, like you can grab it. It's a solid, right? But a ghost or like a demon, like these are things that mess with you mentally, right?
And
you can get possessed and shit too.
And I believe that this Vietnamese belief also stemmed from like when you're fighting with your comrades and stuff, and you know they die, right? You don't really have like time to set up a proper like funeral, like burial proper, so they kind of just leave them like on the side, like, you know, just dead, you know. So the sound was made to haunt the Vietnamese, like the survivors that left their dead comrades behind without setting up like a proper funeral. So that sound was like, the Vietnamese believe that like that's the sound of the dead comrades like trying to communicate to them, like essentially like kind of haunting them.
So trying to get revenge.
So yeah, like guilt, like set up a lot of guilt like psychologically, and yeah, it's a crazy video. I definitely want to show you that video afterwards.
But yeah, no, dude, that would really mess with my head if I'm being honest. I definitely could not deal with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Just crazy.
But yeah, guys, so that was episode 10. We tried something different. Let us know what you guys think. If it's something you want to continue seeing, we'll keep doing it. If it's not, or if you guys have better ideas, let us know. Because essentially we were starting to run out of ideas of what to talk about. And we were, like literally, like I would literally show up to Joseph's house for the episode. I'm like, what are we talking about? And we just sit there for 2 hours, be like, we would just look at each other like, do we have no idea what to talk about? So essentially we felt like we weren't giving the best quality all the time. So we thought, hey, if we went to something more general, we can offer better content. So let us know what you guys think. This was our first episode. You know, we're trying our best here, so let us know what you guys think. But other than that,
we're definitely gonna do like more like just fun, like shorter segments.
Yeah, fun, more shorter,
more engaging.
But it'll still go on an episode basis. So this is episode 10. The next one will be episode 11, and so on. So whether it's a 25-minute episode or whether it's a 1 hour episode, it will be still considered an episode.
So we explained it earlier, but instead of a purely like podcast oriented channel, we also obviously our like roots stem from, you know, our podcast background, but we also want to do things like trivias, like Q&As, also like funny story times, maybe like reaction videos like we did, and then we want to also react to some like horror movies and etc. So we want to keep things fun for you guys. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below. And
but other than that, thank you so much, guys, for joining us on episode 10. This is I guess it would be a milestone for us because we've hit 10 episodes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for episode 11, and we'll see you soon. Peace.